there is a new understanding of technology, I think, not just as a tool to help you be productive, but also as a tool to help you change your business models with artificial intelligence, cloud connectivity, and big data, but also the interdependencies between these trends, and that's in the context of Industry 5.0, etc. So it's a very exciting moment in the market for us as provider of solutions, but of course for the customers.
Hello, I'm Louella Fernandes, CEO of Quocirca, and today I'm at the Canon Europe offices to understand more about the ImageFORCE technology portfolio. We'll be hearing about how Canon is advancing its technology innovation and also hearing about key market trends such as sustainability, security, and AI. Hello and welcome to Quocirca's In Focus interview at Canon Europe. I'm joined today by Fabrizio Falzorano, Workspace Marketing Director at Canon Europe, and we'll be discussing the ImageFORCE portfolio and how Canon has advanced technology innovation across its portfolio. So thank you for joining me today, Fabrizio. It's really great to have you here today.
Thank you, Louella, and thank you for the opportunity today. Look forward to the discussion.
Could you tell us a bit about yourself and your role at Canon Europe?
So, about myself, like you have been for a long time in the industry. And like you, I've seen a lot of changes throughout the year. So I'm really excited today to discuss the latest developments. And of course, from my side, in terms of my role, looking after not just the office hardware devices, but also the solutions and the services. So look forward to sharing all the innovations we have.
Yeah, so if we could start talking a bit about the economic pressure that many businesses are under today. Our research shows that economic uncertainty and cost pressures are really key for businesses. And obviously, there's a lot of geopolitical changes at the moment in the market. And our research really shows that cost savings and efficiency are really top of mind for businesses. What are you seeing in the market and how are you helping customers adapt to those changes?
Okay, so first of all, I think let's discuss the technology perspective. And I think we are in a moment in time where the changes coming through from technology are disruptive, I think, as much as the time of Edison when the electricity arrived in the cities. I think I'm not the first one to make that analogy with artificial intelligence, cloud connectivity, and big data, but also, if you like, the interdependencies between these trends, and that's in the context of Industry 5.0, etc. So it's a very exciting moment, I think, in the market for us as provider of solutions, but of course for the customers. There is a new understanding of technology, I think, not just as a tool to help you be productive, but also as a tool to help you change your business models quite radically.
Okay, so if we think about some of the security challenges, maybe we can sort of drill down into that in a bit more detail, because I think, like you say, Industry 5.0 is having such an impact, and AI is making a lot of changes and also has the opportunity to improve security as well as be harnessed by cyber attackers. And I think cybersecurity is really top of mind. So can you talk a bit more about what you think are the key challenges around security?
Yeah, again, it's not a new topic, right? Cybersecurity, but I think what we are seeing from our point of view is really a shift towards, a problem that is also perceived by small companies. It used to be something just for the big corporations. There is that element, and then there is the element around regulations. In general, there is much more happening, DORA and the EU Resiliency, Cyber Resiliency Act, etc. So much more is demanded from the customer point of view. And I think we both share, I think I can say this point around print security being overlooked often in the market, not being there as other maybe endpoint devices and considered and given the attention required.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. What we're seeing in our research is that many organisations still are a bit complacent about print security. And I think we'll come back to this later in the conversation and understand more how Canon is addressing that. So in terms of the economy and political pressures, how are you seeing that have an impact in terms of not only your customers, but how vendors need to respond, such as Canon?
Yeah, I think this is really wrapping around everything we've just discussed, because really the economic landscape is tough with interest rates keep growing, tariffs and whatever we want to mention, really. So I think from the point of view of customers, there is a perspective around investments for the print and scan infrastructure that they have, which is more and more about the TCO more and more around the operational efficiency that they can gain, as opposed to just, speed and features of print. So it's not just also a conversation around pricing, but it's also a conversation around quality. How long this investment is going to last for, how much effort do I have to put behind that investment with my IT resources under pressure.
Yeah, I think that's a really important point, actually. It's not just about speeds and feeds around the devices, but actually some of those strategic outcomes that businesses can benefit in terms of using those devices, whether it's reducing risk, improving sustainability, reducing cost, and so on. Really, what we're seeing is that there's less of a focus on device features from customers, but they really want to see how those devices can actually help them improve those strategic business outcomes. And we really see those top areas around sustainability, security, and also improving productivity. What do you see are the most critical features? I guess if we talk about AI, security, print management, that Canon is looking at today.
From the point of view of productivity, let's discuss that maybe there is a big focus from our point of view around the impact that quality can have on productivity. What that means is, if you are bringing to market products that are more reliable, that break less, that require less servicing, automatically that has an impact on the productivity from a customer point of view. So there is a big focus from our point of view to really keep working on reducing the breakdowns, minimizing the downtimes, and enabling the business continuity. And of course, next to this, there is a big shift around smart services. We discussed that a little bit more later as well, but that is really valuable around productivity, of course, from the IT point of view.
So it's very much about providing that serviceability for IT and end users, and also simplicity for your customers. Right. This discussion is very much centred around the ImageFORCE portfolio, and I know Canon has been working really hard to develop a single brand and unify its products under this brand. Can you tell us a bit about how this new portfolio is solving some of the customer challenges we've just mentioned, but also what new features really translate to business value for your customers?
Yeah, so first of all, I think it's been a busy year, Louella. We had a lot of launches, and ImageFORCE is something that it's been a journey for us since last year, but I'm happy to say we have really refreshed the entire range. But that to say that for us, we don't do this often. Whenever we are bringing to the market a new brand, it means there is something behind that is not just the name. So there's a lot of innovation that is coming with ImageFORCE. Last step, really, of that level was the Image Runner advanced technology, and we discussed it 10 years ago. So we have a commitment to really keep working and keep bringing to market big innovation. There's many angles of value that ImageFORCE is bringing to the market as a platform, first of all. We like to summarize those around a few points. One is around enhancements in terms of quality and reliability, enhancement around security and sustainability, and then there is something to say around user experience. I can give you a few examples of this. Around the quality, we have made a big step forward in the industry, I should say, around the print quality, and we've introduced for the first time in the market the high definition OLED exposure technology, which is achieving up to 4,800 dpi, which is a level not seen. So very proud of that. But then you mentioned AI, and here we are embracing this with this new platform because basically we've embedded in the devices a next generation of sensors that is really allowing us to harness data to a level that was not possible before. This data is then feeding engines which are AI-based, machine learning-based engines, and that is creating a circle of improvement, and is enabling predictive maintenance. It is enabling these fantastic tools that innovate the serviceability of those devices.
Yeah, it sounds like Canon has completely re-engineered its Image Runner platform to create this new innovation around ImageFORCE portfolio. And I know we've got a great demo, so we'll get some more information and see some of the new features on this demo.
Thank you very much, Fabrizio and Louella. As Fabrizio mentioned, there are a wealth of different challenges impacting our customers. And our new ImageFORCE range has been designed with these in mind. It's our latest generation of technology for the modern workplace, delivering enhanced level of productivity, customer experience, security, and also sustainability. So, let's take a closer look. Fabrizio mentioned the importance of customer experience and technologies that deliver the highest level of productivity and quality. As he discussed, customers are looking for devices that last a long time and minimize downtime, as well as features such as better accessibility and easy-to-navigate interfaces. ImageFORCE answers these needs. For example, we have a new modern and intuitive user interface. It features a clean white background and easy-to-understand icons. This new interface is being introduced across our Canon portfolio, from our A4 compact printers up to our A3 office devices, and even our mobile applications, helping customers to benefit from a consistent user experience across their entire Canon fleet. Our flagship ImageFORCE devices also features new OLED exposure technology, which delivers market-leading print quality at 4800 x 2400 dpi, helping customers benefit from an accurate color registration, smoother color gradients, and sharper text and fine lines. As discussed earlier, the cybersecurity landscape is getting more and more complex, with new government regulations coming into force and cyber threats evolving. Supporting our customers in this area was therefore a core consideration when developing the range. Flagship ImageFORCE devices include security environment estimation, a machine learning powered feature developed by Canon, which recommends optimal security settings and helps customers to stay protected. Once connected to the customer's network, the device assesses the environment and suggests settings that can be easily applied. This means customers don't need advanced IT knowledge or IT resource to keep their Canon devices secure. Once the device is connected to the customer network, you go to Security Settings, then press Recommended Security Settings for Usage Environment. The device will recommend the necessary security settings, and all you have to do is to press Continue Configuring. Sustainability has become a top business priority, and with the complex legislation landscape, it's important that businesses minimize their impact whilst tracking and monitoring their usage. To support our customers, we have incorporated the Environmental Performance Dashboard into the user interface of ImageFORCE devices. This dashboard illustrates device usage and status, helps users to monitor and improve their printing behavior by showing matrices such as color usage ratio, duplex printing ratio, power consumption, and more. This dashboard can be accessed by pressing Status Monitor and then Operating Status from the home screen. ImageFORCE stems from a vision to meet the evolving needs of modern businesses with technology that's both innovative and future-proofed. While Image reflects the high quality and core performance built on the success of the ImageRunner Advanced brand, the Force elements represents the power and momentum to drive our customers' business forward. I hope this demonstration have given you an overview of some of the key features of ImageFORCE and how these key features can help your business move forward with confidence.
So having seen the demo, can we maybe do a bit of a deep dive into some of those features?
Yeah, so Louella, you've seen Tomo going through a few different topics. But let's deep dive back on sustainability first. I think what we have done here is really improving the sustainability throughout the whole life cycle of the product. So first of all is around the manufacturing process, and the range now is using up to 30% recycled plastic. We have introduced recycled steel in selected models, and we're very proud of the welded frame, which compared to typical screw-based frames is giving a much longer durability, 6 times more. That has a big impact on sustainability, you can imagine, right? During use, the devices have a better energy consumption. That's clearly compared to the previous generation. We are achieving up to 50% improvement in terms of tech value. But also, you're seeing the demo. We are trying to be more transparent and empowering the user to understand their behavior and the impact of the behavior in terms of environmental sustainability. So there is much more an effort for us to really do that. Finally, let me say that for us, these devices have a second life very often, and even a third life. Our partners are able to really work with those devices a lot, and this is very important in terms of impact in the environment, you can imagine.
Yeah, no, I thought it was a really great demo because it really highlighted some of the self-service capabilities on the device, which really help those SMEs to understand their own security settings. And, that's automated in a sense, rather than having to have like an expert IT manager do that. And I think I really like the sustainability dashboard, which really helps customers understand the environmental footprint and, make changes based on that. So, it's really great to see some of these capabilities being embedded in the new portfolio. So if we want to move on beyond the device, so we mentioned that the industry is really moving beyond speeds and feeds and features to strategic business outcomes. And one thing we're actually seeing as well with channel partners and, OEMs, that they are really challenged to move to this kind of service-centric model. And we're seeing about 36% in our survey of channel partners said that they're still struggling to really move from a product to a services-centric model. So beyond the device itself, how do solutions and services that Canon is already offering, like MPS, image management services, workflow automation, how is it sort of moving its channel partners to deliver those kind of services?
So, we'll be discussing today a lot the technology itself. But again, when we go to market, when our partners work with us, they're buying, it's a partnership that goes well beyond the technology itself. So the solutions, the services take center stage. I think the MPS market has evolved heavily compared to 10 years ago, 10 years ago. It's given for granted that there is an expectation to optimize the print infrastructure. But now the request around value-added services is taking the center stage. As you said, information management requirement, document management, process optimization is required pretty much standard in every MPS deal. But then when we go beyond that, for example, is around sustainability services. We are working, particularly I would say with the large enterprises here, providing them with climate project contribution services. They can basically fund climate and environmental initiatives to compensate the paper and the energy utilization. And there's other things here. For example, Printing City, it's a service that is cloud-enabled, which is allowing any MPS customer to put their infrastructure to the end customer, in the case of universities, for example, for the students, and they can utilize their infrastructure like car sharing services, going on the internet, finding the device, printing cashless without the use of coins. These are the kind of things that are happening there, adding real value. But just to conclude on that, everything is underpinned also by a rapid shift around the business models and the purchasing models from a customer point of view. They want to have all-in-one package solutions and fixed price, fixed monthly fee. So we launched recently the security subscription service as an example of that. Is a fixed fee the customer is paying, and that fee is giving them services throughout the life cycle of the device to harness the device, take care of the device during use, and even after to remove data from the device and the fleet. So it's an example.
What we've seen, one thing is that, the devices are easy in terms of serviceability, and channel partners can deploy those very easily through fleet management solutions and so on. In terms of what you think is a way that ImageFORCE portfolio is reducing complexity and improving simplicity, I guess, for your partners, because partners really want to have opportunities for new revenue beyond the device. But actually, how is Canon addressing that with its partner community?
I'm glad we're touching on the topic of partners, because for me it's something that in the industry perhaps we don't discuss enough. We tend to focus on the end customer, but they are so critical for our business. So like any other business, they are looking after their top line and their bottom line. So they want to grow and they want to improve profitability. In terms of growing and achieving revenues, for us, the technology translates in opportunity. So what we discussed today about, for example, the print quality improvements with ImageFORCE, that translates for them into an opportunity to go after the so-called in-house print market, right? So where basically a marketing function can now use those devices really in-house to produce high-quality marketing deliverables. This is just an example. But then you said, the profitability. And that's a big topic where, again, we don't discuss it enough, but there's so much value for them. First of all, this is ImageFORCE is really moving forward the topic of serviceability. These products are much more reliable, and the durability is there. As I mentioned already earlier on, the parts keep yielding much more time, and you don't need to even touch them, basically. So again, that means less time for service engineers to be on the customer. The way you maintain the device, then, replacing parts, we've made a big step forward with ImageFORCE around the ease of replacement topic. So really making sure that actually the customer itself can change parts. You don't need to send an engineer there. Again, that has an impact on the bottom line of the partner. And then deployability. When we are installing the device, it becomes much easier and much quicker, with several improvements that we've made to really improve the time, reduce the time that it takes to deploy a device. And around this, there is the topic of smart services. So this is really, again, the topic of these smart sensors in the devices, and then the AI machine learning. What that translates into is benefit for the partner a lot, because they can now monitor, detect issues on behalf of the customer remotely. They can diagnose and recommend on behalf of the customers, again, remotely, and then can predict things before they break and call the customer, etc. So all of this has a lot of value, less time of the engineers in the car, going and visiting customers, more time deployed in other areas of the business. So really improving the profitability as well of those partners.
Yeah, I think the smart services is a really good example of how predictive services and AI is really helping those partners potentially to remotely diagnose problems and reduce their service costs. And I think that's really valuable benefit for the
and I think there, just to say, we are just at the beginning of the journey, and we are working very closely with our partners to really with them take the most of this. Is also a new innovation for us, right? So we need to work together to bring it to the next level.
So I think, it's been great to understand more about the ImageFORCE portfolio, particularly the benefits around serviceability, helping customers improve the efficiency of their products, but also improving customer experience. And I really love the AI capabilities. I think in the industry, we're seeing AI being used in many different ways, but it's not often real AI. So I think it's great to see Canon embedding machine learning with its security environment estimation technology, and also the OLED quality, because I think that's a real opportunity for partners as well to help their customers print in-house rather than using external commercial printers. So I think the ImageFORCE portfolio is really helping across a range of areas, and it's extremely innovative, and great to see Canon making this major move. So thank you so much for your time today. It's been a really great conversation. Thank you.
Thank you, Louella. Also on my side, thank you for the time and for the opportunity to be here with you. Just to say, one thing is to talk about technology, another thing is to touch it and to have a look at it. So I always invite, of course, customers to spend time, if they want, with our partners in their showrooms or in the Canon showrooms to have a look at the range, because that's the reality coming through them.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll put some information in the show notes in terms of links to some of the products and services you mentioned as well. But yeah, thank you again for your time today.
Thank you.